Something big is unfolding in Los Angeles, and it's not good news. The Chargers are facing a storm that could shake their entire season. What's happening behind the scenes has every fan worried, and you need to hear this. Before we get into the breaking details, if you're a real Chargers fan, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss the latest updates. Now, let's move on to the new news. The Los Angeles Chargers are in serious trouble. Their offensive line, already damaged early in the season after losing Rashawn Slater, has taken even more hits. And right now, protecting Justin Herbert is becoming a major concern. The pressure on him keeps growing, and the team urgently needs answers before things spiral out of control. Recently, the Chargers brought in Mickey Becton, hoping he could help fix their line problems. But even he's been forced to play through illness and is now recovering from a concussion. To make matters worse, Joe Alt, who had been stepping up in a big way, has gone down with an ankle sprain. Thankfully, it's not severe enough for surgery, but he'll still miss some time. This leaves the Chargers short-handed once again, scrambling for solutions to protect their franchise quarterback. Every decision from here on out could decide how far this team goes, or how fast it falls. Stay with me, things are just starting to heat up. Justin Herbert is fighting a battle every time he drops back to throw. In the last few games, he's been under pressure on more than half of his passing plays, 50 out of 88 attempts. That's a nightmare for any quarterback, especially one carrying the weight of a franchise on his shoulders. If this continues, even someone as talented as Herbert can't keep performing at that MVP level. The situation has reached a breaking point, and the Chargers can't afford to wait. They need bold moves, and fast. One possible answer might be Jamaree Salyer stepping into the left tackle spot, the same role Rashawn Slater used to dominate. But there's a challenge. Salyer has mostly played at guard, and switching positions mid-season isn't easy. Still, the Chargers might not have a choice. Another name in the mix is Austin DeCoulis, a recent trade addition. He's got potential, but he's still an unknown factor, a gamble the team may be forced to take. Even head coach Jim Harbaugh is reportedly weighing the idea of shifting Mickey Becton out to tackle, just to hold the line together. It's not ideal, but right now, desperation may be their strategy. The good news, and Chargers fans definitely need some, is that Joe Alt won't be placed on injured reserve. After his ankle sprain last week, that's a huge relief. It means he'll stay on the active roster and could be back sooner than expected, possibly in time to face the Washington Commanders. So, while the offensive line is hanging by a thread, there's still hope. The question is, can the Chargers patch things up before it's too late? Stay with me, things are getting intense. Finally, some light breaks through the storm for the Los Angeles Chargers. Joe Alt's recovery is going better than expected, and that's a massive win for a team that's been hit hard by injuries all season long. At one point, it looked like Alt could miss as many as 4 games, a nightmare scenario for an already battered offensive line. But the Chargers avoided that outcome, and now, there's real hope he'll be back on the field much sooner. Head coach Jim Harbaugh and the team's medical staff confirmed that while Alt's ankle injury was concerning, it's not serious enough to sideline him for long. In fact, Alt is expected to remain available for the upcoming matchup against the Washington Commanders, a huge sigh of relief for both coaches and fans. His return couldn't come at a better time. With Justin Herbert facing constant pressure in recent weeks, the line desperately needs stability, and Alt provides exactly that. He's become a cornerstone of this offense, giving Herbert the protection and confidence he needs to make plays and lead drives. Without Alt, the cracks in the offensive line were only widening. But now, with him back in the mix, the Chargers have a chance to regroup, rebuild some rhythm, and get their offense firing again. This might be the turning point the Chargers have been waiting for, and it's coming just in time. Stay with me, because this story is far from over. Joe Alt's return might not instantly fix everything, but his presence alone gives the Chargers a fighting chance. Even though he's still recovering, just having him back on the field brings stability, and a little bit of hope. The pressure on Justin Herbert has been brutal, and Alt's return could finally help slow down that constant storm of defenders coming his way. But let's be honest, the Chargers' problems go much deeper than one injury. The offensive line is still patchwork, and the coaching staff knows that every snap counts. They've got to protect Herbert at all costs if they want this season to stay alive. That's the mission, and everyone in that locker room knows it. Chargers fans can finally take a small breath of relief knowing Alt stays on the active roster, but tension still hangs in the air. After 4 long weeks, the team has found a few temporary fixes, yet each one comes with its own set of problems. One of the more frustrating storylines is about harbaugh. After battling back from a major injury, he looked ready to prove himself again, even earn a starting role in 2025. But reality hit hard. His on-field performance just hasn't matched the promise. 3 straight games without a spot in the lineup have raised serious doubts about whether he can still be the player fans hoped he'd become. The potential is there, no question, but in the NFL, potential means nothing without consistency. For a team already struggling with injuries, underperformance is the last thing they need. The Chargers must find answers quickly, or what little progress they've made could slip away again. Stay with me, because this next part might change everything. Even with his struggles, Harbaug's story with the Chargers isn't over yet. He may not have lived up to expectations this season, but his experience and raw strength still make him a player worth watching. If he can rediscover his form, he could easily turn from a question mark into a valuable piece of this defense. But time is running out. His inconsistency has already put his position in jeopardy, and the next few games could decide his future with the team. If he doesn't step up soon, a trade could be on the horizon, and that's where things get interesting. Reports around the league suggest that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are keeping a close eye on harbaugh. They're gearing up for a playoff push and see him as a potential boost to their defensive depth. The rumored deal would send harbaugh to Tampa Bay in exchange for a 6th-round pick in the 2026 draft. It's a small price for the Bucs if they believe he can deliver in crunch time. But that's not the only scenario in play. The Houston Texans have also entered the conversation. After a rough start to their season, they're looking to strengthen their defensive line, and Harbaug's skill set could be exactly what they need. A trade to Houston might even bring Darrell Taylor to Los Angeles, a move that could immediately impact the Chargers' struggling defense. For the Chargers, this decision carries weight. Keeping harbaugh means betting on his comeback, trading him means turning the page and rebuilding the line with fresh energy. Either way, the outcome could shape the direction of their 2025 campaign. The pressure is mounting, and the clock is ticking. Will the Chargers stand by him, or start a new chapter without him? Stay with me, because the final update could change everything.